Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for a pretty late review. I'm sorry I didn't get this review out sooner. I just had to take a nap, like around 9:30ish at night. So I got up like 30 minutes ago because I just needed to wake up for a bit for certain reasons. It's 3 in the morning doing this review, so I'm still tired, but I want to get this review out to you guys for Filter's new album, The Algorithm, that I just got a chance to check out for myself to see what I was going to think of it. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 11 songs for Filter's new album, The Algorithm. And I think I did fall asleep to this album while listening to it, to be honest. And I think I have my reasons why. I was mostly drained, and I just didn't. I think I kept the album playing while I was sleeping, and I was like, oh, okay. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 11 songs, let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with the first song, The Drowning, and that's a solid track. I mean, the lead singer's vocals don't really connect with me in the best way possible. I just feel he tries a little too hard with his vocals, with some of his interesting vocals, I guess. I wouldn't say they're that interesting, but they're solid, so 4.5 out of 5. Up Against the Wall is average. Not really feeling for how the vocals are sounding from the lead singer, and just the execution of the track is hit or miss. So 3.5 out of 5 for this one. Just the way the chorus comes in is kind of cheesy and corny at times, but it's average. Then comes For the Beaten. That's a decent song. Not anything mind-blowingly great, meaning it's not mind-blowing, it's just hit or miss. So 4 out of 5. Obliteration is another track that I thought was solid. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's one of the stronger tracks for the album. There's some good drum work and all that. I will give them this. Some of the drum work is solid in this album. I wouldn't say all of it's great, because there are some heavy points in the album. But overall, yeah, I'll get more into the review and give you my full critique on what I think of it overall. So 4.5 out of 5 for Obliteration. It's not terrible, just one of those strong tracks for the album. Not very strong, but it is a strong track. Say It Again was a solid one too. Wasn't sure if I was going to like this at first, because I think I was originally going to give it a 4 out of 5. But it kind of gets a little repetitive, but I think it works in its own way, so 4.5 out of 5. Face Down is decent. Not really feeling for how the lyrics are sounding and how the lead singer's singing it. It just hit or miss. But I think with what they were going for with this, there's some strong guitar and drum work, but the overall execution of the track is decent. So 4 out of 5. Summer Child was average. I just am not really connecting with this in the best way possible, and I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think there are certain moments where the track does alright, but the execution of it all just is average. It just doesn't really intrigue me, this track, so 3.5 out of 5. Threshing Floor does get a bit repetitive with how the chorus, it relies on the chorus a bit too much, and that is its strong point, but it is a decent song because of the instrumentation being this highlight of the song. So 4 out of 5. The lead singer's vocals is hit or miss, like I said. Be Careful What You Wish For is decent. Not really hating this, just breezing through the track to see what I was going to think of it, and I found it to be decent, so 4 out of 5. The lead singer's vocals have its moments. He has his moments with his vocals where it shines and then it doesn't, and then there's some vocal effects that don't really connect very well in the best way possible. but I think the overall execution of the track is decent. So yeah, 4 out of 5. Burn Out the Sun is okay. I'm just not really feeling for the whole melody of the track. I'm just like, it's okay. It's just not great. So 3 out of 5. And then comes the last song, which I find to be the most disappointing. The lyrics are very dumb, where he says, high as a motherfucker. I'm like, seriously? This is supposed to be the closing track, and this is one of the worst closing tracks I've heard. It's just boring, and it doesn't really have any good qualities about the track. So I'd give this a 2.5 out of 5. I was really disappointed with this track. I mean, some of the vocals are okay, but my biggest gripe with the track is some of the lyrics for this song. So that's what is the issue with the track. And I think they just made it because they think it would have been a fine closing track. It's slightly boring, too. So, overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, like I said, I'm giving Command Z a 2.5 out of 5. Like I said, overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Filter the Algorithm is meh. Not really an interesting album I was really down for. I thought I was going to like this, and I was going to give it a chance, and I did give it a chance, and I find it to be almost disappointing. Not disappointing, just it's meh. So for a score for me, I'm going to give Filter the Algorithm a 6 out of 10. It's in the middle with me. I mean, there are some highlights, but my biggest gripe with it is Command Z really brought the rating down for this album, big time. And I was going to originally give it an okay rating, but since I heard Command Z, that kind of ruined it and left me to give it a 6 out of 10. So this is not really a band I'm really interested in, because their new stuff, I don't know how their old stuff sounds, but basically I'm just not into this kind of album they went for. This is not one of my favorite albums of 2023. It's just meh. It's in the okay to meh section of this year's list for albums that came out. So 6 out of 10 for Filter the Algorithm. It's meh. It's just okay, just not great. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching this review.